Okay, fine. Happy New Year to all of you, ladies and gentlemen of the press. Some of you I may have seen before, but this is the first opportunity that is extended not just on my behalf, but on behalf of the entire executive and membership of the Barbados Labour Party. And while we are on a similar matter, on behalf of the party, as you know, I'm the first vice chairman, and I would want to extend the party's condolences to the grieving family of the individual who's lost his life this morning in those tragic circumstances, and also our best wishes to those who are in the process of recovering. We've invited you here at this early point in time of the year, and also at this very difficult juncture for Barbados and Barbadians, to give to the public of Barbados through you an eye into the Barbados Labour Party's process of engagement. People are crying out that they need to hear the Prime Minister on these issues. They're crying out that they need to hear the government on these difficult issues which affect this country at this time. But it is right that the country as a whole should have an opportunity to hear from the Barbados Labour Party our perspective as a political party. The fact of the matter is that that is what we are. And there is a very obvious political solution to the difficulties that affect this country, and the Barbados Labour Party will not shy away from its strong history of representation in our 75th year, nor will we shy away from the proud record that we have had as a government during all the years that we have served as such. We are going to be starting off this year in a very serious mode of engagement, and therefore I would like to ask the General Secretary of the party, Dr. Jerome Walcott, to give you a brief, however long it will be, on exactly what the public of Barbados and you, the interested people in the press, can expect of the Barbados Labour Party in the coming weeks.
Thank you, and good afternoon to you, the members of the press, and also want to wish you a Happy New Year. As Mr. Marshall has said, the Barbados Labour Party sees this year as a very important one. The beginning of this year as being extremely important, bearing in mind the dire circumstances in which the country of Barbados now finds itself. We believe that our party, as well as the people of Barbados, have given the government every opportunity to get its act together and to level with the citizens of this country and to provide the required level of leadership, honesty, and direction that our dire situation requires. In the light of the latest press conference from Minister of Finance Chris Sinclair, we even believe more firmly that the government is obviously at sea without a skipper or a rudder, and that these statements continue to mask the seriousness of the circumstances in which Barbados finds itself. The government is still in deceptive mood since 2012, and most evident in his press conference was the fact that they are not intent on taking any responsibility from any of the economic morass in which Barbados finds itself. In addition, the Prime Minister remains silent. There is no leadership, and in light of this never-ending shambles of failed plans and almost daily contradictions of government policy statements by government ministers and the Prime Minister himself, and presentations which seeks to camouflage the harsh reality of our circumstances, the BLP has taken a decision, both at our parliamentary level and at the level of the National Executive Council, that we will not sit idly by and watch Barbados go down the drain. We are cognizant that we must continue to bring the facts to Barbadians as to why this government is not fit to govern. In the past, we've spoken to groups and institutions during the past year, and we've spoken to mass meetings to the public. And we honestly believe that it is our patriotic duty to Barbados in these circumstances, neither to be apologists for the government's incompetence or be accommodating of its intransigence when people are suffering and the economic fortunes of Barbados continue to slide. History requires us and every Barbadian to take a stand at this point in time for Barbados. In this regard, as the first Vice Chairman said, we'll be launching a number of activities this month, starting with a series of what we call People's Assemblies. 3 of these will be held next week. The first one on Sunday will be held at the Sir Frederick Smith, also known formerly the St. James Secondary School. The second one will be held on Tuesday in Christchurch. And the third one at St. Leonard's School on Thursday, the 16th. At the first assembly, we have, in addition to members of the Barbados Labour Party, we've called it People's Assemblies, a number of concerned citizens will also speak. Some of these citizens have, in fact, requested that they be identified to the public, certainly in terms of the ads, that they want to make a stand on behalf of Barbados and to speak out. And so on Sunday, the first of these meetings will convene at 4:30 at the Sir Frederick Smith School, where among the speakers will be political leader Miriam Motley, the Right Honourable Owen Arthur, Comrade Dale Marshall, Kenry Simmons, Edmund Hinkson, Cynthia Ford, and it will be chaired by Peter Phillips. In addition, the Right Reverend Wood, Archbishop Wood, is also going to speak. And we were having another person who was going to speak then, but unfortunately she's had a death in the family. But certainly in the ads you will see some additional people who I'm sure that many of you will be surprised about, who are ready and who are willing to speak out in terms of what they see, the direction in which Barbados is going. During the course of the week, on Tuesday, there will be a meeting in Christchurch. And at that meeting, we expect that Mr. Peter Lowry will join, will be among those speaking. And certainly on Thursday at St. Leonard's, David Commission has already consented to be among those persons who are not members of the Barbados Labour Party who will be speaking in turn at these people's assemblies. On the 19th of this month, at the Lloyd Erskine Sandford Centre, the political leader will be speaking, and you would have been told in December that she was going to give a State of the Nation address in January, and that will be held on that day. As I said, this is the first phase of activities which will be carried out by the Barbados Labour Party in support of Barbados.